Good afternoon. The point is tools. So, what is tools? The tools are used in application where the robot must perform some processing operations on the work part, and the robot therefore manipulate the tool relative to a stationary or slowly moving object. So it is an application where robot performs some processing operations on the work part, and robot therefore manipulate the tool relative to a stationary or slowly moving object. So there are some types like spot welding gun, ARC welding tool, spray painting gun, rotating spindle for operation. So robot and effectors interface. An important aspect of the end effector application engineering involves the interface of the end effector with the tool. So this interface must accomplish at least some of the function like physical and control support of the end effector. So the feedback signal must sometimes be transmitted back through the interface to the robot controller. So in robotics, an end effector is the device. It is actually a device which is at the end of the robotic arm, and it is designed to interact with the environment. So the exact nature of this device depends on the application of the robot, and in the strict definition, which originates from the serial robotic manipulates, the end effector means the last link, or it is a last link of the robot. So at this endpoint the tools are attached. So in wider sense, an end effector can be seen as the part of the robot which interface with the work environment, and this does not refer to the wheels of the mobile robot or the feet of humanoid robot. So feedback signals must sometimes be transmitted back through the interface to the robot controller. And read switches are mechanical switches which that react to the presence of the magnetic field. So end effectors consist of a gripper or a tool. When referring to the robotic prehension, there are four general categories of robot gripper, that is impactive, jaws or claws which physically grasp by direct impact upon the object. Then invasive, that is pins or the needles or the hackles which physically penetrate the surface of the object. Then attractive, attractive forces applied to the object surface. Cognitive, requiring direct contact for adhesion to take place. So then next is active and passive compliances. So in industrial robotics, the term compliance, it refers to the flexibility. Compliance means flexibility. Now what is active compliance in robotics? So in order to allow a safe grasping, a technique which is called an active compliance control has been deployed. So active compliance control is an increasingly employed technique which is used in robotic field such as service robotic, virtual reality and the haptics. A non-compliant That is, stiff robot end effector is a device which is designed to have a predetermined positions or the trajectories. So no matter what kind of external force is exerted, the robotic end effector will follow the exact same path each and every time. A compliant end effector can reach several positions and exert a different forces on a given object. Compliant robot gripper can grasp an egg without crushing it with the proper setting. So non-compliant gripper will crush the egg and continue its given operation. So what is active compliance? It must be set by the user and it will vary for each application process, and it is commonly set up via software programming of the servo joint, and it uses a sensor, vision sensor, force sensor, torque sensor. And what is passive compliance? Passive compliance is applied during the setup of the robotic cell, and it will always stay active in the background to fulfill its safety role. It can be form of collision detector that prevent the collision from occurring or prevents them from being harmful. So passive compliance control is an approach for controlling the contact forces between a robotic manipulator and a stiff environment. So such manipulators can control the elastic behavior of the end effector by adjusting the manipulator configuration and by adjusting the intrinsic joint stiffness. So the problem with passive compliance is that it only looks backward, and the active compliance requires a combination of functional depth and the integration that other ERP systems simply don't have. So this is active and passive compliance. Now this diagram shows the selection and design consideration related to robotics. So here is the end of third topic. Then the next is So next is unit 4, robot sensors. In that we have to cover the points like sensor in robotic, principle and applications of the sensor, like proximity sensor, photoelectric sensor, laser scanner, position scanner sensor, piezoelectric sensor, LVDT, resolver, then encoder and encoders, range sensors and safety sensors. So what is sensor? The sensors are used in the robotics mainly for the interaction. So the sensors which are used in the robotics mainly for the interaction with the environment, which include a wide range of devices. So there are types of sensors used. The one is proximity sensor. So the proximity sensor include all sensors which perform non proximity sensor include all the sensors which perform non-contact detection in comparison to the sensors such as limit switches which detect object by physically contacting them. So proximity sensors convert the information on the moment of the presence of an object into an electrical signal. Proximity sensors are widely used in industrial and manufacturing applications, especially for a safety and inventory management application. So, in an automated production line, for example, it is used for the object detection, positioning, inspection, and counting. The proximity sensing means what? It is the ability of a robot to tell when it is near an object or when something is near it, and this sense keeps a robot from running into things. It can also be used to measure the distance from a robot to some object, and the simplest proximity sensor do not measure a distance. A bumper can be a passive, simply making the robot bounce away from the things it hits. So the proximity, there are some types of proximity sensors like inductive proximity, capacitive, ultrasonic sensors. So what is inductive proximity? The inductive proximity sensors are contactless sensors, and these are used only to detect a metal object. So it's based on the law of induction. It is based on the law of induction, driving a coil with an oscillator once a metallic object approaches it. So inductive proximity sensors are useful to detect the metallic object which is present next to their active side, and these sensors operate under electrical principle of inductance, where a fluctuating current induces an electromotive force, that is EMF, in a target object. Then the next is capacitive proximity sensor. Here a diagram for the capacitive, inductive and ultrasonic is given. Capacitive proximity sensors are contactless sensors, and they detect both metallic and non-metallic objects. So including liquid, powder and granular, and it operates by detecting a change in capacitance. So the capacitive proximity sensor can detect both metallic and non-metallic target in the powder, granulate, liquid and solid form. The sensors use the variance in the capacitance of the sensor to conclude that an object has been detected. Next is ultrasonic. So ultrasonic proximity sensors detecting the presence of the object through emitting the high frequency ultrasonic range. The ultrasonic sensor emit an ultrasonic pulse which is reflected by object in its path, and the reflected wave enter the sonic cone. So they employ sound waves to detect the object, so color and transparency do not affect them. Then there is one more type, that is optical proximity. A complete optical proximity sensor consists of light source and a sensor which detect the light, and these sensors detect the object directly in front of them by detecting the sensor's own transmitted light reflected back from an object surface. Then the one more type is magnetic proximity. So based on the mechanical principle, this sensor only detect the magnetic field, that for example permanent magnet, and they sense the presence of the magnetic. So based on the mechanical principle, the magnetic proximity sensor this sensor only detect the magnetic field, for example a permanent magnet, and they can sense the presence of magnetic object commonly referred to as a target, and the target characterized by its magnetic field. It triggers a switching process when it enters the detection range of the sensor. So this is all about the proximity sensor. So we will continue the remaining part in the next lecture. Thank you.